It is now my pleasure to introduce the 2026 Alumni Achievement Award recipients. Throughout their careers, these distinguished graduates have contributed significantly to their companies and communities, while upholding the highest standards and values in everything they do. As such, they represent the best in our alumni body, exemplary role models. They inspire all those who aspire to have an impact on both business and society. Larry, can I ask you to just stand and I will read your citation? Thank you. When Larry Culp was at Harvard Business School, his goal was to graduate, full stop. He had worked at his grandfather's welding shop and seen what business looks like on the ground, the people, processes, and all important customers. Maybe one day he would become a general manager if he was lucky. After receiving his MBA, Larry joined Danaher Corporation, where a trip to Japan demonstrated the power of Kaizen. Named president and CEO in 2001, he oversaw Danaher's dramatic growth into life sciences. With that work done, Larry came back to teach at Harvard Business School, cold calling students in the same classrooms where he'd once sat. His time on the faculty did not last long. It's not for the reasons you're thinking. In 2018, Larry joined the board of General Electric. 6 months later, he was named CEO and launched a historic turnaround, reducing debt by more than $100 billion and returning to the principles of lean manufacturing. From that foundation came GE Aerospace, GE Healthcare, and GE Vernova. 3 companies worth more than $600 billion combined. Now, as chairman and CEO of GE Aerospace, Larry is taking the company to new heights. Still grounded in his grandfather's lessons, he continues to walk the factory floor, leading with humility, humor, and heart. Larry, congratulations on the Alumni Achievement Award for 2026. The second recipient, Paul Finnegan. Paul Finnegan, MBA, 1982. As an undergraduate at Harvard, Paul Finnegan got some valuable advice from his coach for the Nordic ski team: attack on the uphill. When every bank and law school turned him down, Paul leaned in and chose a different path, working in publishing in Hong Kong. He learned how to sell and be rejected. That experience would serve him well when Paul co-founded the private equity firm Madison Dearborn Partners in 1992. He already had 10 years under his belt at Chicago Venture Capital, but fundraising was not a quick or easy experience. Undaunted, Paul and his partners persevered. In the years since, MDP has raised nearly $36 billion and completed investments in more than 160 companies. Sustained by a focus on partnership, investing for the long haul, and giving back to the community. Giving back is something that Paul takes seriously. His belief in education as an equalizing force in society led to his early support for Teach for America and to his years of service at Harvard in too many roles to name, from Fellow of the Corporation to Treasurer of the University. Paul does all these things quietly, powered by a stamina and commitment to excellence he honed on those uphill slopes long ago. Paul, congratulations on the 2026 Alumni Achievement Awards. Next, we will recognize Jennifer Epplett-Riley. Growing up in Lexington, Massachusetts, Jenny Epplett was raised with 3 siblings in a single-parent household. Her mother demonstrated by example that service is faith in action. The family had little but gave much, and this devotion to the greater good became part of Jenny's DNA. In college, a speaker catalyzed that energy with 2 words repeated 3 times. Be bold, be bold, be bold. Jenny took that call to heart. Before enrolling at Harvard Business School, she helped start the Echoing Green Fellowship and City Year, an education non-profit powered by young people. Today, City Year has served more than 2 million students, and nearly 1,000 social entrepreneurs have launched ventures around the world with the help of Echoing Green. Most would be content with that, but Jenny was just getting started. Diving headfirst into her adopted hometown, Jenny partnered with the Baton Rouge Area Foundation, listening to locals and building an open roadmap for community, culture, and connection. Several decades later, she continues that work, reweaving the region's fabric of opportunity with a data-driven focus on early childhood education. Tenacious and hopeful, Jenny sees the future as a blank canvas, full of potential and promise for those bold enough to join her. Jenny, congratulations on receiving the 2000. And for the final Alumni Achievement Award, the Honorable W. Mitt Romney. Mitt. One day in 1999, Mitt Romney's wife Anne gave him some news. He had been asked to oversee a turnaround of the 2002 Salt Lake City Winter Olympics. At the time, Mitt was leading Bain Capital, the firm he had co-founded. Business was very good. Why leave? Anne knew her husband well and explained the reason. To be fully himself, Mitt needed to serve others. Under his oversight, the Olympics went off safely and successfully, moving from a sizable deficit to a $100 million surplus. From there, Mitt found other avenues for applying his problem-solving skills. In 2003, he became governor of Massachusetts and signed universal health care into law. Following Mitt's campaigns for president in 2008 and 2012, he regrouped for a highly productive term as a US Senator from Utah. Working across party lines, Mitt and a small group of senators listened, negotiated, and did the difficult, vital work of democracy, passing legislation to provide emergency COVID-19 relief and strengthen the nation's roads, bridges, and public transit. Mitt stepped down from the Senate last year, recognizing the need to cultivate the next generation of leaders. Thinking, writing, and speaking, he continues to follow his conscience with faith and integrity. Mitt, congratulations on receiving the 2026